Mother, man.
Ed Kemper here, and ready to go strangle some whores. I need to listen to Murder Metal Mayhem before I fuck their skull.
Spreading faster than a case of the clap in a trailer court. Able to shatter eardrums within a 666-mile radius. A podcast more brutal than all the rest. It's Murder Metal Mayhem!
Well, what the hell is up? Fuck yeah.
What's going on, motherfucker?
Oh, man, it's Tuesday, and we're doing that thing here at Horns High Studios and simultaneously at the Shawback Nation on the Horns High Podcast Network. So episode 123 is going to go down tonight. It should be a good one. It is the last episode of the year.
Sir, it's Wednesday.
That's true. It is Wednesday. The notes
We're
still
all
say
fucked
Tuesday.
up.
Yeah, I'm all fucked up. That's right. It is Wednesday. It is definitely 2020 kicking us in the nutsack just once. We've been lucky, though. We've been lucky.
One last time at the end of the year, for sure.
Yeah. So, Joey, you're in here with me.
Yep.
And Chris, of course, you're at home at your place,
Yes, sir.
Shawback Nation, and on Messenger because of what? I know some of our listeners know, but some may not. So,
Unfortunately, my mom went and got tested for the old vid the other day. I don't know, like this week one day, and it came back positive. So I guess my ass needs to sit here for a while and went and got tested. Still haven't got the fucking results yet. So
yeah,
I'm sitting here at home, got my laptop on me, fucking chilling in my own nation. Fuck it.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to make this work. How was Christmas for you guys, Joey? How about you?
Christmas was fine. Went and hung out with the family a bit. And
Cool.
Watched a dog eat a deer.
Oh, yeah. I remember you posted that picture on Facebook.
But no, it was a good Christmas, though. And
That's cool.
Of course, like, hectic time for me because I work in retail, but we made it through it and go back into a little bit of normality in that aspect, hopefully
Sure.
now. So.
Well, that's good. Chris, what about you, man? How was your Christmas?
And it was just like any other day, honestly. Like, our family is kind of weird. We don't celebrate our family Christmas, like immediate family, until after the New Year. And so all my extended family all got canceled. So I just sat around and got drunk all day and watched football.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. That's cool, though. I mean, I was quiet. It was quiet here, just Jenny and I I saw the kids on Sunday with Robbie, so that was cool. But nothing like, you typically would get with a bunch of family around. It's just different times, man. And it's like we said, we've been really lucky. I mean, I'm terrible to hear that your mom's got COVID. I hope, everything goes okay, because some people, cruise right through it. And then some people, really sick. How's she been?
Man, mom's fucking like 100% herself, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
She was like a little bit sick one day, and she was like, I just want to check and see. But she gets like bronchitis or whatever around the same time every year, and it lasts like 2 days. And now she's just fucking normal, like whatever. Hey, Ma, how's it going?
Wow.
So,
Wow.
she's doing good though, so that's a plus.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, due to the situation with this COVID deal, again, we haven't run into this yet. We've been pretty lucky. It's stayed away from Horns High. But we had to move the night of the recording to Wednesday, as we've been saying. And unfortunately, the Hellcoming winner, Chris Worstrom, was not able to switch the nights with his job. So it sucks, but of course he understands, and we appreciate that understanding. We just want everybody to, be safe, and it's just no sense risking it in this small of a room. If one of us had it, we're all three going to get it. So just not, just not smart. So as much as it sucks, that we can't do that as we planned with Chris Worstrom, we appreciate his understanding. And we're going to reschedule that, and we'll get him on another good one. So
Definitely let him pick the topic again too.
Oh,
yeah. I know I had seen he had fucking put in a lot of fucking work trying to fucking do that. No, I feel really bad.
I know, but again, there's nothing we could do. I was concerned to not getting the show in. I wanted to get the show in, this year so that we weren't doing a 2020 final show in 2021, so this is really the last way we can do it because tomorrow's New Year's Eve and I'll have it up in the morning.
I mean, man, how are we even going to handle the year end? We're combining Hornseye Studios with Shawback Nation with Wildman Street.
Oh, wow. That's like the trifecta.
That's going to be intense.
It could get nuts, man. So what shirts are you guys wearing? Chris, what do you got over there in the nation?
Bro, I'm at home in quarantine. I'm doing this shit buck ass naked, yo.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
With your brother? With Michael?
With your brother?
Right? We're on that fucking goddamn Chicago Ripper cruise shit, bro.
I think Michael's got some tassels on his nipples, though, at least, so.
Nah, but I got on my Psycho Killer bobblehead shirt, man.
Nice. Joey, I see you got Kemper on your shirt there. What is that?
Yeah, Asphyxiator, which is Miguel from Virulent Excision, his older band.
Nice.
But I saw Chris Worst from Gorespawn. He had this shirt too.
I saw that.
He was like ready to rock it for the show. So I was like,
it made me feel awful.
I wasn't gonna dig it out. You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna let him wear it. But then whenever he couldn't make it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear it. So there you fucking support.
There you go. And I got my In Malice's Wake shirt. Took like 3 weeks for their order to get to me, or my order to get to me from Australia. But Sean was joking, said he put it on a hot air balloon. Felt like that, but it finally got here and got my shirt on because we're going to talk about our top releases of 2020, and that's definitely on my list. I'm anxious to see what everybody else has picked. But last week we had a week off for Christmas, but we gave you guys 2 fucking killer bonus episodes. Joey, the 666 Express was unleashed.
Yes.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And
I saw there was some good reception for that, which is
really
awesome.
Good. It's past 1,000
really
listens. Good. Yeah, it's past like 1,000 listens already.
Yeah.
I was very happy with the way it turned out. Of course, we said it. Brad Tucker just crushed it. Did a fantastic job on the narration, and of course, we did all our own voice parts. And I had several listeners, guys, comment how much they like that. So that was cool to hear. That they felt that was a fun part to hear us interject when we did.
Right.
So I think that's cool.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and the In Malice's Wake music is killer. I've had several people text me and say, dude, I just checked those guys out. Holy shit, so that's great to pass it on.
Me and Michael fucking also, them and also Harlot, had a couple of people checking out Harlot. It's just like, holy fuck, dude, what the hell?
Harlot's badass. I mean, definitely, they're both killer, but they're different, and they're both great though. And
very different, but I'm saying like they both from Australia, I guess is where I'm going with it.
Sure. No, I think I agree. I kind of look at them hand in hand as well, and they're both they share a guitar player, so right. There is that tie. And of course, the 666 Express was 66 minutes and 6 seconds.
Right.
And so if you missed it, go check that out. MurderMetalMayhem.com. You can listen. Just posted it on Christmas Eve. And then we also posted the next day the interview with Sean from In Malice's Wake, about 50-something minute long interview. It was a good one. So really, if you missed that, go give that a listen. And that was around 800 listens, which is fantastic for an interview.
Almost an hour long, too.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So that's really cool. Now, tonight, guys, we got a seriously sick one. It's one that's been on the list since we started doing this podcast. We knew eventually we were going to do this one, Chris. I mean, he's got to be on that short list of ones we always kind of salivated we'd get to do.
Right, people heard about him before. We'll get to him eventually, but you got to do him. It's goddamn fucking Kemper, dude.
Ed Kemper, the co-ed killer, is going to be a good one. Anybody who's into true crime and serial killers, of course, knows who Kemper is. And the Mindhunter show really helped to make him more known to a newer set. Yeah. Because I don't think a lot of people that were, say, under 40 would have really knew who Kemper was. But Mindhunter appealed to that 20 and 30-year-old group that now is, front and center.
When people found out he's like based on an actual serial killer and all that shit, TV show, they're like, wait, that dude's real? What the fuck, man?
And how much that actor looked like him too is uncanny.
Yeah, so much like him.
Yeah, so that was the season 1. Now, we thought it would be a sick way to end 2020 since it was one hell of a year. So why not skull fucking your mom on Mother's Day is, I think, about as fucked up as it gets. So
right.
I don't know how you go from there, So definitely a good one. And, of course, CK warming up, getting ready to throw down in the metal segment. Again, he's fired up. He's been throwing his Christmas ornaments out at pedestrians walking by on Wildman Street. So keep your eye out. He does, old school with the fucking clips on him and shit, and he's flinging them across, getting caught in women's hair. Yeah, it's out of control. And he's ready to throw down, though, his top metal albums of 2020.
Hell yeah.
I asked him to keep it to a 15 or less just so that we're not here till 2 in the morning because there's so many good releases. It's hard to narrow it down to we're each going to do 5, you know, but CK's doing 15. But, man, there's just so many good ones. This year, it's hard to fucking just name 5. So we'll hear that in the metal segment, and that should be fun because of the fact there's just so much good metal this year. The one good thing about COVID was the bands weren't touring, so a lot of them hit the studios and put out albums. So that's great, Season's Beatings is going to end tonight.
Shit.
We got a winner to crown tonight. It's, of course, sponsored by artist Jeff Gaither, and it's going to be killer. We have 2 left.
Be smashing.
That's right. You and me are out, Chris, so it's up against Joey and CK. But we could root, on the sidelines, hoping it's a close match. And, I lost in the first week. Chris, you were eliminated in the second week. So Joey and CK, and you guys are playing for 2 listeners. Joey, who are you going to be playing for?
Mason from Bloomington, Illinois.
Awesome. And Josh from Noonan, Georgia is who CK is going to be playing for.
Yeah.
So
Josh Borning.
Yeah. Josh Newman from Noonan, Georgia. That is so fucked up. That's like a tongue twister.
They make fucking tons of fucking shows and movies there in Noonan. That's where they do Walking Dead and Forrest Gump and fucking, I think Forrest Gump. I know like the kid that was in that movie was from there.
Oh, wow.
Fucking think he was just a walk-on. But yeah, they fucking shoot tons of movies right there.
Oh, that's hysterical. That's cool. So yeah, so that's going to be awesome. We'll get a winner tonight. So good luck to the guys that are competing, and we'll have a winner of Season's Beatings when it's over.
If it ain't me, there's going to be a fucking season beating.
So the Mayhem segment will do that, and go to artofjeffgaither.com. My God, some great stuff on his website. Bands, if you need a logo done or an album or a T-shirt design, he is your man. Joey, you saw the stickers. We're getting T-shirts too, but
he did the graphics. So fucking sick.
Amazing. Yeah. Loving the new stickers.
The pictures you sent me of the stickers looked fucking awesome, dude. So that's fucking I can't wait to get hands on those.
Very, very cool.
Maybe if you don't have COVID, you could taste them.
Hey, fuck you, bitch.
So Joey could do a touchless delivery and set them on your doorstep or something. Speaking of the new shirts, the shirts are going to be coming here in the next couple weeks, hopefully from Faceless Screen Prints. Dave Orkin over there killing it. And the stickers look amazing. We mentioned from Stuck Up Sticker Company.
Fucking good shit.
Cannot endorse that dude enough. Ian from Stuck Up Sticker Company is amazing. Fantastic service. Good dude. He's a bass player. Played metal bands for fucking ever. He's all about it. So a really good guy. So I'm going to be throwing in those stickers in with T-shirt orders so people can follow the episode description and order yourself one of these new T-shirts because they're going to go quick with the killer zombie art. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Full color on the front and back. fucking blood. It's just sick. So
even the stickers are fucking 4-color and die cut too.
Yeah, the stickers are slick.
Yeah, I realized that too, that they're die. Dude, that's badass.
Yeah, and I had asked him for his suggestion. I showed him the logo, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's what we do it."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's do it. So you go on our Facebook page and order your shirt today, or like I said, follow the episode description link. I'll put one in there. Also, huge thanks to spellboundeffectsandart.com. They've been sponsoring the show now for over a year.
Hell yeah.
They're fantastic. Tony Campagna's running the show there. He's amazing.
And they're going to be sponsoring into 2021. So.
They are. He's making us a new piece. As a matter of fact, he's supposed to call me this week to talk about that.
Hell
so
yeah.
he's trying to get himself caught up. He's been busy, so that's great.
It sucks. I'm sitting here in the nation. I'm missing the lamp, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude. I'm sure. Now I got a Reagan mug for Christmas
Nice.
from my daughter. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I'll show you a picture of it. He's putting Spike up on your mic, dude. Like Spike's fucking like you.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, bro.
We'll have to get a good picture of that. So thanks to everybody for listening. Murder Metal Mayhem. We were at 4,000 listens this week. That is amazing. So thanks to all the new listeners, man. A shitload of new ones from Australia. Australia is tied for second place in most listens. And what's crazy is not only does Lake Stevens, Washington dig the show, but West Lake Stevens is another town, is also at 4%. So both of them combined,
Compound, bro.
They're just partying over there.
8%. But Chicago's still on top with 6%. It's crazy. So the dogfight of listeners is amazing. Thank you, everybody. We've had such a good year. I know 2020 has been a shit pile for a lot of people, but we've been trying to make the best of it and give some fun entertainment and have a good laugh with us. So for those of you that have been doing that, thank you very, very much.
Hey, man, appreciate it.
Tearing it the fuck up in 2021 because we got some brutal shit coming down the pike. So it's going to be great. Well, Chris, Joey, we got a lot on our plate tonight. Going to be taking a little trip to sunny California, though. College campuses and looking for 1-6 son of a bitch. So, Chris, from Shawback Nation, what the fuck do we need to do, man?
Oh, we got to get our co-ed corpse copulation on.
We see the coming a mile away. Get them to kill and just the way. No fear in our minds. You're in our hearts. This calculation of a shit to pay. Take us lightly and we'll make you pay. Rock up to the business. No, but to get your
Fucking A, man. That was Harlot doing a Cannibal Corpse song, Time to Kill Is Now. And that's pretty fucking ballsy, man. A band to do that. I got to hand it to them. They tore that a new ass, man. Fucking killer. Love that band.
Especially a hardcore band, though.
I know. It's, a thrash metal band doing a death metal cover. Yeah, so that's off their new one.
Like I said before, it kind of worked because that vocal pattern still sounded like fucking goddamn Tom, though.
Yeah. No, it sounded great. Detritus of the New Age is their new album. Go check that out. Definitely going to talk about that later when we talk about the albums from the year. So, all right. Well, tonight we're going to be talking about one of the most brutal fucking well-known serial killers out there. He's been on the list. We said that. Edmund Kemper, also known as the co-ed killer, since most of his victims were college girls, of course, known at the time as co-eds.
Where did that term come from?
Me and Jenny actually looked it up. You would ask me that. It's basically like, because originally college was just for males. And once women started going to colleges, it was like, co-ed. Yeah. So it kind of has to do with that. I should have known that better. But I remember when I did watched the doc on him one time, that same thing, like, what is that? Like, I know what it means. I just don't know where it comes from. But it has to do with men and women originally. We're not at colleges together. So, But he's a serial killer, rapist, necrophile, and cannibal who murdered 10 people, including his own grandparents. And, of course, his crime spree went from 1964 to 1973. The latter part of the murders happened around the time when Herb Mullins was active. And, of course, we've done him. Old Herbie, yeah, we're definitely going to talk about him. And those two were kind of arch enemies. We've joked around about this before. So, those guys had some words in prison. They were both at Vacaville at the same time. Yep. So we'll talk about this crazy case and how Ed Kemper, hate for his mother was just out of fucking control. Chris, what is it about Kemper you think that makes him so interesting to people like us?
Well, like we were talking before, now I think what makes him so interesting is the Mindhunter aspect of it. That's a big thing now, but prior to that, people that actually got into the fucking true crime shit, once they saw what he did, it was like, holy crap, I don't believe this. And they're talking to other aficionados or people that are interested, and they're just like, this dude is sick as fuck, dude. I don't get it. So I just think it's everything that he did in his crimes that is all his actions. People make that high up on their list.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I mean, Joey, what is the deal with serial killers and their mothers? I mean, there is definitely something to be said for that.
Yeah. I don't know, the way I feel, and, from things that I've read and whatnot, your mother is a child's first love. However you want to take that, take it how you want.
Right.
The mother and her actions and the emotions she show can definitely change a person's path in life or determine how they see situations, especially in a sexual nature or with other, people in relationships. So mothers that are overbearing, or restrictive and try to keep them close, then you might end up with somebody with like Ed Gein, where he's got too much of a love for his mother where he can't let go and you dig her body up. Right. You also have it where your mother, like we're going to talk about tonight, can humiliate you, same way we've heard with, Henry Lee Lucas and who was the bedwetter, hung the sheets and...
Heidnik, wasn't it?
But other parent, father, but still parent figure,
right?
And whenever they do things like that, then that's going to make the child feel self resentment, hatred, and then also could cause them to lash out. So, the mother always getting brought up in a serial killer's life is not very uncommon because that's where you're going to find the root of which path he probably ultimately chose to go. Yeah. Some are more brutal where some aren't,
Yeah, and it's interesting too. It's either an extreme love or an extreme hate.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a normal person like, you or I might feel about our mom.
Yeah.
They are like pegged one way or the other, it seems. Don't you agree, Chris? It's like the extremes of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, you already said Henry Lee Lucas or whatever, but yeah, that's the way I feel about it too.
Yeah, I think it's, it's one of those things where that seems to be a big part of our development. Yeah. And I know I read something where they talk about that a male should look at his mother in an asexual way.
Right, yeah.
So these women, like we brought up with Henry Lee Lucas, this extreme, perversion in front of the kids with the whole prostitution right there while they're watching, that's fucked up. Yeah. And that definitely will twist a person's fucking brain around to where they're not going to be normal. I mean...
Yeah, when you're watching that, how is this supposed to be asexual?
Right.
Like,
yeah, it's the opposite of
sexual
that.
Sexual acts.
Right. Yeah, it's just fucked up.
But whenever you talk about this subject, definitely, if somebody was to talk to me about like mothers who fucking warp their serial killer kids or whatever,
Kemper's on
Ed
that
Kemper
list.
would be one of the first ones I would talk about for sure.
Definitely. Now, he's born in Burbank, California in 1948. He was the middle child with one older and one younger sister. His mother, I love this name, Clarnell. That sounds like one of the Beverly Hillbillies. Would be the source of many. Come on, Clarnell. Would be the source of many of his problems. His father is Edmund Sr., and the father was a World War II vet who tested nuclear weapons after the war at the Pacific Proving Ground. So that's a pretty interesting job. But, those were islands where testing was done. Eventually, he would go back to California, worked as an electrician, but yet the mother, Clarnell, would ridicule him for having a fucking menial job. I'm like, really? I mean, electricians make pretty good fucking jack,
Right, exactly.
I mean, who the fuck is she? I mean, she's just a fucking stuck-up, uppity bitch. I read the quote that he was saying that suicide missions in wartime and the atomic bomb testings were nothing compared to living with her. So,
God damn it, dude.
Chris, she sounds like a fucking cunt. I don't know what else to say about that.
Look, I've had a couple of rough girlfriends in my life, but fuck around with the atomic bomb then go back home.
Right. Suicide missions.
I'd rather fucking go out on this mission I might not come back from than go home to that fucking bitch. Jesus Christ.
That's pretty bad.
He was and they make decent money and she's still ridiculing his ass.
Yeah, I mean, that's just fucked up. So Edmund is a big boy at 13 fucking pounds. So I bet old Clarnell's fucking pussy was about useless after that.
Why the fuck don't you? Of course,
maybe that's why she was bad.
Fuck yeah,
tore my pussy apart.
Like, you tore me up, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Joey, you should write a song about her torn up vagina on a Goremonger album.
That's an excellent
Clarnell's
idea.
Fucking
Clarnell's clattered
clitoris. The death of Clarnell's clitoris. Of course, Kemper would become a giant of a man at 6'9", over 350 pounds. He's got an IQ, a big motherfucker with an IQ of 145, which is almost genius. So he is definitely an incredibly intelligent, but a very physically imposing giant at 6'9", 350. And he would start to show early signs of antisocial behavior, doing some really fucked up shit to animals. Now, Chris, I read some shit about him burying the cat alive and putting its head on a spike. I mean, what the fuck with that shit?
Well, now burying the cat alive and the head on the spike is really fucked up. But, like, he grew on the farm. He saw animals get slaughtered, right?
Right.
Like, he was trying to, I guess he was trying to disassociate animals, like pet animals, with farm animals, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
Other than the fucking head on the spike, that's fucked up.
Right.
That's all right there. That shit's fucked up.
Yeah. And he was doing this with the family pets, too, which is fucked up,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
Do that, dude.
Yeah. Now, Joey, we've talked about this kind of thing before with killers. Kemper definitely got off on the shock value of doing this to the pets. And it was, his sister loved this fucking cat and he was doing this shit and then keeping pieces of it in the closet. I mean, what the fuck, dude?
No, it was fucking ate up, and he definitely fucking had, the propensity with animals at a young age that they talk about. But the cat didn't like him as much as his sister. He got fucking mad as fuck, so he killed the shit out of it.
Oh, is that what the deal was?
Yeah, and I mean...
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I mean,
fucking right.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you pick her over me? Fuck you. I'm going to fucking kill you.
Oh, damn.
And, the thing, too, the thing with the head on the spike and all that shit, I mean, fucking Dahmer did that exact same thing.
Oh, wow.
He put the dog's heads on spike.
The animal thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So he's
and
definitely...
both of them ended up in necrophiliac situations.
True.
So, something playing
happened
with the dead animals,
That's right.
I think the cat thing, too, like, pussycat is pussy, man. Kill that pussy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fucking Henry Lee Lucas, he was like, a dead animal's better than a live woman to have sex with.
Wow. Quote of the day there. So Ed leaves a very dark and fantasy life. He's performing rituals with his sister's dolls by removing their heads and hands. That's really nice.
Right.
His older sister, Susan, teased him about his teacher and asking him why he didn't kiss her. Joey, how does he fucking respond?
I mean,
this is classic here.
Best answer ever, dude.
Yeah, he said that if he had to kiss her, he'd have to kill her first.
Right.
So completely already on the line of
you
the
imagine
necrophilia.
The look on her face when he said
what
that.
do you say? I mean, Jesus Christ. You know what else, too? They were talking about the dolls, whenever he fucked with the dolls. He had gotten I can't remember what it was, a fucking cap gun, like 50 chamber cap gun by Mattel, whatever it was, that was awesome that year. And his sister deliberately just broke it, so that's why he grabbed her fucking doll and just fucking ripped its fucking head off.
Oh, shit.
As total fucking, revenge for her doing that shit.
My shit, I'm breaking your shit.
Wow. I also saw that he would sneak out at night with his father's bayonet and look in the window of his second grade teacher. Talking about fucking creepy, man. He would tell
Maybe he was trying to kill her so he could kiss her.
I guess. Yeah, he had to kill her. At least he was thinking ahead, right? He would tell police that he remembered playing games like gas chamber and electric chair with his sisters.
I wasn't thinking about it. I was trying to look at the timeline, but like on the Addams Family, the show back in the day, like Wednesday and Pugsley used to play that shit.
Oh, that's right. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I wonder which came first. And they would, quote, throw the switch and then writhe around on the floor. Sounds like some good, wholesome family fun. Hey, Mom, let's play electric chair tonight. Okay, Ed.
Damn it.
So one of the interviews I watched with Kemper, which are fascinating, he spoke about how his mother would lock him up in the basement so he wouldn't attack her or the sisters. Chris, what was the deal with that shit?
I'm not exactly sure what her thoughts were, but I mean, after seeing everything he's done with the animals, like she was afraid that he was basically going to fucking molest his sisters in the night while they were sleeping. She was sleeping. So she's like, fuck that, you're getting locked in the basement. And that's not going to fuck with your head very good, too, when your mom already thinks that. Like, oh, okay, you trust me how much?
Right.
Like, fuck. But, yeah.
And didn't he say something about rats he saw down in the basement, too?
Yeah.
And she kept him down there anyway?
It wasn't the best spot in the world to be. He had like a mat down there and a blanket,
and one light bulb.
Yeah, a light bulb with no cover on it, like you see in the movies, dangling when they're interrogating you.
Right.
So fuck yeah, that can't help your shit out.
No, not at all. And Joey, I read that he had 2 near-death experiences as a child, and both involved his older sister, Susan. I read that once she pushed him in front of a train, and another time pushed him into the deep end of a pool. I mean, do you know much of the detail about that?
No, I didn't see a lot of details about that, and then they never even acted like some of the things you read about or see about him, they never even bring it up like it's a thing. But obviously, if he had 2 near-death experiences at the hands of one of his fucking siblings who's a female, once again, that's got to add to it. And plus, if she was doing that shit so candidly, what kind of fucking problems did she have going on?
True.
And could that have been connected in the family?
Yeah, right? I mean, the whole family sounds fucked up. I mean, pushing a brother in front of a train, I mean, goddamn. I mean, I know kids are tough on each other, but motherfucker.
And the thing
that's
with
crazy.
I mean, they said that fucking she knew damn well at the time that, because with the thing with the pool is that he couldn't swim.
Oh, okay.
And she knew that he couldn't swim. Yeah. So I mean, fuck. If you know that, you know what you're doing. There's a fucking old horror movie called The Bad Seed, all black and white. Yeah. But that's what it reminds me of, because it's like about this little girl who's fucking doing all this fucking evil shit, and that's one of the things she does is fucking lets this kid fucking fall into the water and doesn't help him knowing he can't swim. But it's like, I mean, fucking, who knows? Maybe she saw that movie and she was inspired. But
hard to say, man. But yeah, this family sounds pretty whack. Yeah. Now, he was close with his dad and was obviously devastated when his parents divorced in 1957, and he was only 9 at the time. He had to live with Clarnell in Montana, and as he would enter his teen years, his relationship with his mother would just get worse. As we mentioned, she's constantly fucking on him, ridiculing him about his height, his weight, like his height, like he's getting any fucking control of that.
Right, yeah, it's because you're fucking 13 and you're already fucking 6 foot tall.
I know. Well, I mean, what is he supposed to do though?
Well, make some money, bitch.
Right. She showed him no affection, claiming if she did, he would turn gay, which I thought was kind of funny. Really? And she would tell Ed that he reminded her of his father and no woman would ever want him. So again, I mean, when you're in your puberty stages, you know, where your fucking shit is all jacked up and your mind's in 100 new places and starting to, you know, like girls. Yeah, your dad's not around. You got this nagging fucking mother, and she's telling you you're worthless. Nobody's ever going to love you. You're fucking ugly. You're fat. I mean, really? I mean, he would tell psychiatrists later that she was a sick woman. I mean, no shit. That's like the understatement of the fucking century, man. God damn. Just crazy. So age 14, Ed moves to Van Nuys, California to find his dad, but then he finds his dad's already been remarried, and he has a stepson now, so things don't work out there. He tries to live with them. Yeah, it does not work out.
I heard too, because so this is right before he gets sent, you know, to go live with his grandparents or whatnot. Right. So while he's there, fucking, he has 2 instances with the new mother, his you know, the new wife,
his stepmother,
his stepmom, yeah.
Right. Hold on. But so the first time was like, so he moves in and he's a fucking big guy, right?
Right.
And you know, she's getting these fucking migraine headaches and everything else being around him, and fucking because he's causing her to be upset, and she's just kind of creeped out by him. And they said that once he happened to catch a glimpse of her naked in the bedroom.
Oh, jeez.
And
I remember that.
Yeah, and Kemper, you know, he talked about it later on whenever he was being interviewed, and he felt that he was sexually excited by this episode. And then later, somebody else, they were reinterpreting or whatever, but they were saying how it was kind of like the woman had appeared naked before him. This is what he's thinking, using her sexuality to take his father away from him.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, that happens. And then so there's another time he takes off, but then he comes back from, you know, in Montana, comes back to L.A. to see his father. Whenever he gets there, he's fucking walking around the house because he's in there with her. And he's like closing the fucking blinds and fucking the drapes and shit, claiming it was too bright. And she was all fucking freaked out and opened him up and told him to leave. And her son, you know, because he had the new stepbrother now or whatever, he showed up and he saw how creeped out his mom was. And he fucking chased Kemper away with a hammer.
Oh, wow.
And that's the whole reason he got sent to live with his grandparents.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Dude, that's what I found that. Interesting. I can't remember what article, but I was like, man, I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, see, the more stuff you read, you find little nuggets like that. That's awesome. So he's now going to go live with the grandparents, which he doesn't like. They live they've got a ranch at North Fork, California. He hates it. He says his grandfather was senile and that his grandmother was constantly ridiculing him and the grandfather. So, I mean, as if he didn't have an issue enough with women, his grandmother's fucking with him, his mom, sisters, stepmother. I mean, he just fucking hates it. Shit's ready to blow up. So, Joey, Ed has enough of his grandmother in 1964. He's only 15. So why don't you explain what the fuck happened there?
All right, so with his grandparents, what happened is he's, like you said, he already fucking is not happy with the situation with them. He's not happy living with them. He doesn't like them, etc. He is sitting at the table with his grandma, and they're just like there. And they start having an argument. And he's fucking getting pissed off. So he gets up and he goes out to the garage and he gets, I can't really, like his grandfather's hunting. I think it was his rifle. And I heard, you know, one place that said he called the hunting dogs and said that he was going to go out to go hunt whatever, you know.
Right.
But instead, what's he do? He goes into the kitchen where his grandmother's sitting there and shoots her in the head.
Right.
Blows her brains out. She's slumped over. I also heard that he shot her in the back. And then I heard that he might have stabbed her with some kitchen knives too. Some of the stories are, you know, conflicting. What you read, but
I saw some about the kitchen.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen it a few places, so it was probably true. I just didn't see fucking for sure. But so he does that, and now his grandfather's gonna come home. So he goes out and he meets him in the driveway, and he shoots and kills him.
Right.
Because he was saying that he couldn't stand the thought of his grandpa seeing that his grandma was dead.
Yeah. Trying to justify it.
So now he's got these 2 dead bodies.
Right.
And he don't really know what to do with them. And course,
he's 15 fucking years old.
Right. And this is his first homicides of humans, kill animals, whatever. But first time he killed humans, and he knows he's getting caught. He's a smart kid. Like, he's like, okay, well, I'm fucked. So he calls his mom, and it's like, so, what should I do? And she tells him you should call the police.
Right.
And that's what he did.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's fucked up. Because you think, like, what were you doing at 15?
Yeah,
not you killing my grandparents. That's so fucked up.
I was like plotting to kill my grandparents at all, dude.
No, my grandparents were the shit.
Yeah.
Always with my grandparents. So after the grandparents are killed, he tells the police he wanted to know what it would be like to kill grandma. So
yeah.
That's special.
That's so fucked up. Like I said, I never had those thoughts. Like, what would it be like to kill my grandmother?
Right?
I bet it's...
That's fucked up, man.
I also saw something where it was kind of like he thought of it as a way to get back at his parents, too, his mom and dad.
Right.
By doing that.
Like
symbolically.
I could see that. I could see that. Now, this penned-up anger against women in his life, definitely making him feel inferior, is the most obvious reason for this kind of stuff. The doctors deem him a paranoid schizophrenic and send him to the Atascadero State Hospital, which is a maximum security institution for mentally disturbed patients. So it sounds like a good place for this sick fucker. But the staff... It
just sounds like...
It does. The staff at the Atascadero Hospital disagree with the courts and their doctors on the diagnosis, so they claimed that Ed had no hallucinations or bizarre behavior.
Now, check this out. This is also, supposedly what happened too was because of his high IQ and his pleasant demeanor.
Right.
He managed to manipulate hospital staff and their assessment devices. And he was able to memorize all the proper answers, all the correct responses that were used in his assessment so that whenever they gave it to him, he was able to breeze right through it.
Yeah.
So he basically just fucking fooled them.
Yeah, he studied the other... Yeah, he's fucking really smart, so he completely fucking gets over on these people. He's re-diagnosed as having just a personality trait disorder.
And released with a clean record.
Yeah. I mean, he's so good at this, by looking at the files, and he obviously figures it out. He's also a model prisoner. He's a good worker. Like you said, Joe, he's got a really good demeanor. Very friendly guy. When you watch the interviews with him, I mean, if you don't know what the fuck he's there for, actually, you would think he's super cool,
I always said that if there was, one guy I could sit down and talk with a serial killer, it would be him.
Yeah.
Or Joel Rifkin, just because both of them were the most fucking matter of fact. And
true.
Just talk about it.
That's true. I read that he learned.
Earlier, we were watching one of the docs, just chilling before we started and shit.
Yeah.
And Michael, the way he sits there is so just like doesn't care. It's just life, whatever. And Joel Rifkin, I said the same thing, bro.
Yeah, that's hilarious. He learns how to manipulate the MMPI, which is the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory. And anytime you go to see a psychiatrist, that's like one of the, at least my experience with it, that's like the first thing they give you is to assess what your personality is like by that test. So he learned how to manipulate that. And I actually heard that he developed part of the test on the overt hostility scale, which I'm not too familiar with. Kemper would also say he learned a lot from the sex offenders that he met in prison, who told him, don't leave any rape victims alive, kill them so that they can't testify. Pretty fucked up, Chris.
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
He learns how to use the system while he's there at the hospital. He gets out on his 21st birthday in December of 1969. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Hey, man, like I said, he worked the system. Like Ash said, he memorized his the questions from when they were asking him.
Right.
And he was also like not a mentor, but he was like a therapy counselor for some of the other fucking patients in there and shit. So like I said, having him be a therapy counselor is kind of fucked up in itself.
Right. That's true. But yeah, he gamed the fucking system. He was smart. He gets out on his 21st birthday. Now, Joey, for some reason, they they send him to live with the mother, which of course they recommend did not happen. So what?
Yeah, they
do you know much about that?
Like, don't send him back to live with his mom.
Right. I mean, why would you do that?
The only thing I can imagine is, okay, so
no one else wanted him,
right? That it's way back then, so people, aren't apt to believe that something so fucking crazy could happen again. They probably believed in their diagnosis,
right?
Also, I would imagine that, especially since he was 21 in his release, so back then he's wanting to just get out of fucking jail. Right. And if he's already manipulating them the way that he did for his assessments, he can manipulate the parole or whatever board to release him. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll go live with my mom and it'll be good. And, probably spun the fucking American story.
Right.
That he's going to get back out. But, if you see later interviews with Kemper, like obviously after he fucking committed all his crimes and he was locked up, he even said at that point, he's like, oh, if I got back out, I would probably kill somebody again.
Probably.
So he was more honest about it. Back then, maybe he didn't believe that he was going to have another episode, or maybe he thought he could control it, because he talked a lot about that too.
Sure.
Going into his first killings, how he fucking had a lot of back and forth, with the demons and, whatnot. And eventually he lost, but
right. Well, he did a lot of dry runs where he didn't kill anybody.
He did, yeah.
Now the mother remarries,
which I keep bringing it up, but Dahmer too.
Yeah,
he waited out for them joggers and shit. And fucking thought about that shit.
Yeah. The mother remarries, but gets divorced a second time by the time Ed moves back in with her in Aptos, California. She blamed him for her failed relationships. She's working at the nearby University of California in Santa Cruz as a secretary. Ed Kemper continuing to fool everybody. His juvenile record is expunged in 1972. The psychiatrists would say he was very well adjusted, acting very normal. And I wonder if these doctors felt like fucking shit after this stuff.
Right.
Man. I mean, how bad would you feel? That's fucked up.
Well, can I get a mulligan on that one, boy?
Yeah, right? I mean, you think about, like, the worst mistakes you made at work. Like, did they even compare to that? I mean, that's just fucked.
Giving the fucking kid back to Dahmer.
Yeah, that's cops. True. That's true.
Like, oh, shit, what did we do?
Right. Yeah, cop of the year. So he's taken some classes at the University of California. He wants to become a cop, but of course, due to his size, he's turned down. He
loves the cops.
He does. He was obsessed with fucking cops.
Yeah.
His nickname, Big Ed, seemed appropriate, though, at 6'9". What were you going to say, Chris?
Like I said, that's a big old horse. But yeah, didn't he want to be a motorcycle cop and just like...
yeah, that would have looked funny.
Motorcycle cop. Could you imagine that big old motherfucker?
Ed Chips.
Oh, Jesus. He's very friendly with the police. They seem to like him, but did notice he was obsessed with police. They referred to him as a friendly nuisance at the bar they hung out at, the jury room.
Yeah.
But Chris, we've seen this before. Right. We've seen this shit before, though, Chris, with the serial killers obsessed with the cops. Gacy's one I could think
Gacy.
of.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
his obsession with I don't know if I don't know if Kemper's obsession with being there was so much like Gacy. Gacy like felt being that like he was in power, like with the everything. I think Kemper just like wanted to be a cop, but he was a killer instead.
Yeah.
And he also got news about him.
Yeah.
From them.
Yeah, he was digging their brain for that.
Part of that.
It was like him fucking like, all right, let's see what they got. Okay, they got nothing at all. I'm gonna keep hanging out with them and keep killing these chicks. Fucking. Right. I think that was his thing right there.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very, very good point. That they both were interested in the police, but for different reasons. Kemper would work various menial jobs while taking some classes, but continued to fight horribly with his mother. He would describe the fights, and that they were fierce, going on and on. She continues to ridicule him, telling him that no one, ever would love him or want him. keeps telling him how fucking worthless he is. I mean, this shit just continuing on and on. I mean, how much can you take? Finally,
you can only take so much.
Yeah, I mean, you're about ready to fucking snap. He saves up enough money to move out of his mother's house for fucking Jesus. Goes to live with a friend, but he claimed the mother kept calling him and showing up for surprise visits. So she's not helping matters, you know?
No.
You would think she'd have been glad to get him to gone.
When your mom's nice to you and she shows up for surprise visits, all right, that's
well, of
cool.
course, yeah.
You're fucking cunt about it. Get the
right.
fuck on, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, my mom. I've lived away from my parents ever since I was 19 years old. So, I would love to be close enough to my mom to surprise visit. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a fucking planned fucking trip. You know. So, you know, he's having problems, though, with money, living on his own. He's getting help from his mom, which I'm sure she made him feel like fucking shit over that.
Yeah.
Can only imagine.
That's a way for her to keep more control. You know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. At a beach in Santa Cruz, though, in 1973, he meets a girl from a local high school. I thought this is kind of funny because I don't know how exactly old he was when that happened. But, you know, high school might be a few years, but... I'm not sure what the age difference was, but they become engaged, but that doesn't last long. Once her parents found out about Kemper's second arrest, they asked for her name to not be revealed to the public. So not too fucking happy about that. Now, Joey, I did see that Kemper had gotten a bad accident on his motorcycle and got a bunch of money, about 90 grand, I read, in today's dollars. Right. And that's where he buys that car, that Ford Galaxy that he drove. And he would use that as kind of his way to pick up girls, you know, literally.
His hitch or getter. And, you know, this is the thing about Ed, too, is he never really held down jobs too well.
Right.
He was a smart guy. He could have done some shit. He had education, too, but he wasn't really about it.
Right.
And then he gets this money from this wreck. And he literally had money to live on and time to do nothing with.
Right.
And that's always, you know, the most dangerous time. And he even said, he was like, I would get bored and, you know, the fantasies would start coming up in these times.
Exactly, when you're sitting there bored, yep.
Yeah. And so then he gets this car he can fucking troll around in.
Right.
And perfect fucking California, you know, in the 70s to fucking go around and kill.
Hitchhiking. Yeah, we just did the other killer.
Yeah, Randy Kraft.
Yeah, that's right. Now, between May of 72 and April of 73, so this is right around that same time, Kemper is believed to have murdered 8 young women and picking up young female hitchhikers, taking them to a remote location where he would rape and murder them. And he did a variety of things: shot, strangled, smothered, stabbed. I mean, he's kind of checking all the boxes, trying, you know, like ordering takeout Chinese.
He has... Listening to him describe fucking trying to strangle a person is the best reaccountment I've ever heard of that. Just how hard it is. Yeah, yeah.
And so also this is like before like the term like serial killer or whatever was like a huge thing. It was just like the beginning, so they have no idea what the fuck to even look for like that.
Right. Especially since he's using different methods to kill them too.
Right, exactly.
And now he's taken the bodies after they're dead back home where he would decapitate and then perform. I learned a new word doing the research for this.
I did as well, sir. When I was doing the research, I was like, what the fuck does that word even mean?
Irrimation. Irrimation with the skull, which is basically masturbating with a head.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fucked up. He would also have intercourse with the body. So if we had a crossword puzzle, irrimation would be a very good word. And kids, if you're listening, you should use the word irrimation in a book report.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome. That'd be so impressive. Because you can't really get in trouble for using the word irrimation, right? I mean, it's a word.
I mean,
it's kind of fucked up,
word,
but you know,
it's a vulgar word unless you know what it means.
Yeah, I mean, you're not saying skull fuck, you're saying irrimation. You know, so
right.
So Kemper would later say that he usually went out looking for victims after arguments with his mother. There you go. It was like the victims were replacing his mother, and he would act out on them. So you know, that's definitely what I think here. I saw in the interviews with Kemper that he would practice picking up women in his car, making them feel at ease, making them, like he would look at his watch like he was running behind.
That was his trick.
Yeah.
And he would be like, either I'm running behind, I don't really have the time, because they said, if he doesn't have the time, then he doesn't have the time to hurt us.
Right.
That was their thinking. I was like,
let
that's
their
so
guard
fucked
down.
up.
It is fucked up, but he's so smart. He also had the passenger door fucking jammed up where they couldn't open it from the inside. That's fucking creeper 101 there, man.
One of the documentaries I watched, they were talking about he would because he was so big, he'd be like, I don't think your door's shut all the way. So he'd just reach over, open the door, and drop a chapstick in there to where it would all his shit.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
fucked
holy
up.
Fuck, that's smart as fuck, man.
I know. And that reminds me of my son, Joey, not this Joey here, but my son, Joey. I just bought a Ford Ranger back. It was my first decent vehicle I had. And he kept rolling. This was with the crank windows, was rolling the window up and down and up and down. I kept telling him to stop, and he fucking broke the fucking window fucking thing. And the whole time I had that fucking truck, he couldn't roll that fucking window. And I was like, God fucking damn it, Jesus Christ. So thanks, Joey. So Joey, the first co-ed victims are two girls hitchhiking. Marianne Pesci, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, and Anita Lucchesa, two Italian girls. So what the fuck with this one?
So he picks them up hitchhiking. The idea that he's going to take them to Stanford, to the university down there, and drop them off. So he's driving for an hour, and then he picks out this spot, and he goes to it. He worked for the California Highway Patrol or something with them, where he had an idea where to go that was going to be secluded, a good spot to basically take somebody to kill him. So he does. So he gets them to go, doesn't tell them what's going on, parks. He handcuffs Pesci. I'm going to say it like that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it either. Right. We'll just call her Marianne. So he handcuffs her, and then Anita Lucchesa, he puts her in the trunk.
Right.
So he takes Marianne out in the woods. He stabs and strangles her. He does kill her. And then he comes back and he kills Lucchesa too. But I saw where he was talking in his interview. He did the trunk and he told her, he was like, "Oh, I think I hurt your friend." He didn't put it like he had killed her like that.
Right.
Like she had gotten out of line and that he had hurt her. And then he got her out, and then he fucking ended up just killing her. But he did weird things, apologize to them. Like I saw one for touching her breast.
Yeah.
So
but then he kills him.
But so he had somewhat of a gentleman's mentality while he was doing it. And he's this big old fucking hoss guy. So of course he can fucking manhandle people the way he wants.
Right.
But he seemed to have very much a fucking weird dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, what was the deal with his mom not introducing him to girls? I mean, he was trying to, legitimately pick up women, but his mom wasn't even, she worked at the college, she could have tried to help him out.
I mean, when your mom's already locking you in the basement because she's afraid you're gonna hurt your sister, she's probably not gonna introduce you to girls on campus either.
Probably.
So, I mean, there's that,
That's true. That's true.
So going back to Anita Lucchesa too. So he killed Marianne. So Anita Lucchesa, he's got her in the trunk, fucking kills her. He's driving with her. This is his first fucking murder. He had done, like you had said, and he had done dry runs. Like he had, thought about this and attempted it. This was just the first time he pulled the trigger. And so he brings her back, but he gets stopped on the way for a broken taillight. And he gets out of it. He just, talks his way through it. So he's got this fucking corpse in the trunk.
Oh, my God.
Drives back with it. So his roommate wasn't at home, so he took the body in the apartment, and he fucking had sex with the dead body.
Right.
And photographed it. And fucking got into his necrophiliac fantasies. Finally, I'm sure he was fucking ecstatic.
I'm sure he had dreams all the time. Like, when am I going to do this? When am I going to do this?
Yeah. Right. He fucking put the body parts into bags and he put them around Loma Prieta Mountain. I believe is how you say it out there.
Yeah.
And before he disposed of their severed heads, he engaged in, what's the word?
Irrumation.
Yes. He had that with both of them. And they said August of that year, Pesci's skull was found, but they weren't able to find Luchessa's, I think. They finally found her skull like way fucking later. I can't remember if.
Yeah, maybe not at all. Right. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was brutal. Like you said, his first murders after the grandparents.
I mean, if he had gotten fucking caught right away for the murders, at least he had fucking got away with doing a lot of the shit he was trying, I guess.
That's true.
Because he fucking went full in when he fucking did it.
He did. So the next thing, he picks up a younger girl, a 15-year-old, Aiko Ku, a girl who was trying to hitchhike to dance class after missing her bus. During this one, he accidentally locks himself out of the car, but convinces her to let him back in, which is crazy. I mean, what the fuck? This guy's like a buffoon.
That for real happened, too.
I know. It's so fucked up. I know he talks about it in the interview. My God. I read that after he killed her, he put her in the trunk of his car, drove to a bar, had a few drinks, then opened up the trunk and admired her like a fisherman admiring his catch. I mean, what the fuck? He takes her to the apartment. I don't know, Chris. I mean, it's fucking crazy, dude. He has sex with her and then dismembers her and gets rid of her like the others. So, Jesus Christ, man.
Not good. Not good.
No. And then, Chris, he gets another victim, Cindy Shaw. He's living back with his mom. What was the deal with her with the 22?
Yeah, she was 18. Fucking, he picked her up. He shot her with like you said, a 22 and shit. And then he just like the other girl, threw her in the trunk of the car. Fucking drove her to his fucking mom's house though, and kept her in the closet and shit.
Right.
Like it's no big deal. Like it's just another stuff you got from the goddamn store, like a dick.
Right.
And he has sex with the corpse the next day and dismembers her in the fucking damn bathtub. And
right.
Again, the irrumation or whatever the fuck. God damn. It's no good, dude. He keeps her head around for a while.
That's and then, so fucking disgusting, man.
Like he finally buried it. Didn't he bury it facing up toward his mom's window or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. He got off on the fact that he buried it that close to his mother's window.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fucked up, man.
That is fucked up.
Crazy.
Yeah. So now the word's out. College girls are missing. As you pointed out, Chris, this is before serial killers were a thing. Girls are being warned, but Ed, he has this sticker because of his mom,
Clarnell,
for the University of California, so he can help them feel at ease when he,
because they're telling them not to fucking take rides unless they have that sticker on.
Right, that's what they were telling him exactly. So
he's
that
like, fuck yeah,
that's the perfect deal.
Hey, I'm in like gin, bro.
Right. Now, Joey, he winds up picking up two more girls, Rosalind Thorpe and Allison Liu. He winds up, doing the same shit with them. I mean, what?
Yeah, February 5th of 73, he picked up Rosalind first, hitchhiking, and then he sees Allison, and she didn't have no problem getting in because she already saw Rosalind in the car. Plus, like you said, they got the sticker.
Right.
So like, oh, okay, we're good. So he didn't even take any time whatsoever. Once they were in the car, he fucking pointed out some view or something out the window and fucking pulled his gun and fucking he shot Rosalind first right in the head, and then fucking turns right around, Allison's in the back, and he fucking takes the gun and he shoots her in the back of the seat and fucking kills both of them. So she didn't die immediately. I don't know. I didn't see exactly how long she was suffering for. I don't feel like Ed Kemper's the kind of dude that would let them suffer like as fucked up as it sounds.
No,
he wasn't
agree.
into like that. He was into other shit. So he ends up getting out of town and he fucking shoots her point blank and finished her off. So he pulls into a cul-de-sac, takes the bodies, puts them in the trunk because he loves his trunk.
He loves his trunk.
Yeah, he stops for gas. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you need to get gas.
Right.
We see it so much of these killers.
I know.
You know?
So like whatever. Right?
So
go to a drive-through or something.
Yeah. So he goes to his mother's duplex. He leaves again. Say he needs to get cigarettes. Goes out behind the duplex or out behind the buildings, and he fucking decapitates them. He brings Rosalind's head in and Allison's body in, and so he has sex with the body, but Rosalind's head, like the other victim, he has to dig the bullet out because he doesn't want the evidence. He's smart about that shit, you know. Then he takes off and he goes to fucking, you know, Santa Cruz and fucking throws the parts all around and shit. But
what the fuck, man? I read a quote from Ed Kemper about his fixation with the head.
Yeah.
And something about how the body dies without the head, and then he said, "quote There's plenty left in a girl's body without the head."
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He was talking about his dick.
He was definitely talking about his dick.
Chris, I mean, all these victims, you know, seem to be coming from the whole hatred of his mother. I mean, what happens to the fucking coup de grace here? The fucking the one. Old mom on April 20th on 4/20, 1973.
She did not have a good 420 at all. Dude.
So, Chris, what the fuck happened with the mom, man?
Yeah, she got all fucked
it's not
up
good. It's not good.
She comes in fucking all wasted, whatever. She's fucking chilling in her bed and whatnot, reading her book, drunk. I don't know how much input you're getting taken reading with anything. Because I know that. I don't get much when I'm wasted and I'm reading. Don't worry. But so Ed fucking walks into his mom's room and basically she just looks at him and she says, like, "Oh, I suppose you just want to sit up and talk all night now, right?" And he's just like, "Nope. Good night." And in the interview videos, and you see him, he kind of breaks down talking about this.
Yeah.
He's like, "I knew at this moment I'm killing my mom."
Yep.
Yeah.
So he pretty much waited for her to fall asleep, went in there with a fucking hammer and just beat the shit out of her with a hammer. And
it's fucked up.
And then he fucking took off and went and had some drinks and left her for a while. That's fucking nuts. But when you, like I said, when you watch that video, you kind of breaks down, which whatever. But like the way he just like, I knew at that exact moment I was killing my mom, and it's been waiting this long. It just finally broke free.
Yeah. Joey, following the mom, what does he do with her best friend?
Well, and with the mom too. Let's not forget, is he decapitates her.
Yeah.
Right.
He decapitated that bitch.
Throwing darts at her head.
He was screaming at her head for like an hour or some shit.
He cut her larynx out.
Right.
Her voice box, because that's what would cause so much bitching and shit.
Yeah.
And he put the head up and he fucking threw darts at it and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
on the man, like fucking darts at it.
And he had sex with it. And he fucked the he fucked the head of his
Iramation.
mom.
Or Iramation.
Iramation.
So anyway, so he's definitely fucking, he knows, just like he did with his grandparents, like, this one's different than his other killings because now here's the fucking connection.
Right.
So he's like, well, maybe if there's another body here with her, it'll, you know, kind of point the direction away from me.
Oh,
so
okay.
he calls a family friend, Sarah. I can't remember what her fucking last name was now. Sarah Hallett, who was a friend of Clarnell's.
Right.
And has her come over on the pretense that they're going to have a surprise dinner for his mom.
For Mother's Day, right?
So she fucking ends up coming over, you know what I'm saying? And he strangles her and he fucking kills her. And then he used the scarf that he got from the Ico girl.
Okay.
To kill her with.
Oh, wow.
And then he removed Sarah's clothes, put her on the bed, and he attempted to have sex with her corpse, but I don't think he was able to do that.
Wow. Okay. Drew the line at Sarah. Wow. That's pretty fucked up. Now, one of the things that always got me about Kemper, Joey, you kind of mentioned this with the vocal cords of the mother, that he was trying to shove them down the garbage disposal, but they kept coming back up.
Yeah.
And he told the cops that even in death, the bitch wouldn't shut the fuck up. If that's not the back of a T-shirt, it needs to be, okay? Even in death, the bitch wouldn't shut the fuck up. That is, it does. It does, man. That's just so fucked up. If you had an Ed Kemper doll that you pull a string and it says shit, wouldn't that be cool? That'd be sick.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it gave somebody an idea. So Ed takes off. He leaves the police this note. This is pretty interesting. Approximately 5:15 a.m. Saturday. Like he's some kind of writer for the local paper.
Yeah.
No need for her to suffer anymore at the hands of this horrible, quote, murderous butcher. It was quick, asleep, the way I wanted it. Not sloppy and incomplete, gents. Just a lack of time. I got things to do. Seriously, Joey? I mean, what the fuck kind of shit is that? And then he takes off.
Yeah, he leaves and he fucking heads fucking east.
Yeah, he got all the way to like Colorado.
Yeah, he gets to like Pueblo, Colorado, and he fucking ends up in this.
Sleeping for 3 days.
Yeah,
that's true.
And he's like. He's ready to fucking confess, basically, but he's not wanting to turn himself in there. He wants to talk to the officers who he's fucking gained a rapport with in Santa Cruz. So he calls them.
He already got the one. He already had the one detective there confiscate the gun because they came up on when they were looking like, well, this guy, his record's been expunged, but you could see the writing through the black marker or whatever. Right. And they're like, oh, check it out. And he gave him the gun. Yeah. So this guy already knew him.
Yeah, no, fucking, he went out to Colorado. He lived off of, sodas and no-dos.
Right.
And fucking, so he gets out there and he gets a hold of the fucking cops. And first off, he's having problems getting them to believe him what he's telling them.
Right.
Because they're thinking that he's just a fucking crank call. And they're like, what the fuck's this?
Right.
And, and the guys that did know him were like, oh, no, that's Big Ed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wouldn't be him. So then, whenever he fucking gets somebody to finally fucking listen to him, fucking then, he can't figure out how to tell them where to fucking find him at in Pueblo at this fucking payphone because there's no GPS or nothing back then.
Right.
And he's like, all right, I'm in Pueblo, Colorado. I don't know. So they
not too hard to find.
No, but they come out there, those police officers, and fucking get him. And that's basically where the confession starts, which is monumental. And so,
wow. So Kemper is indicted on 8 counts of first-degree murder in May of 1973. And really, his only defense is insanity. Yeah. The court-appointed doctors, though, don't agree. They believe, he was not insane by the definition, which we all understand, means, you didn't realize it was wrong. And, of course, you can't say that with him. He's putting him in the trunk. He's hiding him in the closet. If he was doing this out on his front lawn, maybe he could say that.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. So anyway, not a surprise here, but he tries to commit suicide twice while in custody. I didn't read any detail on that.
No.
I didn't.
If he tried to kill, I don't know how, but I saw it was twice that he tried. It came out in trial that under a truth serum, Kemper told doctors that he ate the flesh from at least one victim in a casserole. But later he would deny this, so who knows? I don't know if you guys read any more about that specific thing.
Not that, but I saw something about one of his biggest fantasies was to kill and consume the body of somebody, but preserve their head so he could look at it. And
while he eat him?
Right. Yeah, there's something about that.
God damn. That's fucked up, man. So he likened what happened to blacking out when he committed the murders. So, he was, he got on the stand. He told the jurors, he killed the victims to make them his possessions.
Yeah.
Again, trying to really play up on the insanity thing, which is why I wonder if that's where he told them that he cannibalized in hopes that he would maybe be more insane. Because he was so smart, I wouldn't put it past him.
That he probably fucking studied up on Gein's case and all that.
Sure.
Who did get
That's
put in
true.
a mental
Gein
hospital.
would be a great example of going to the hospital instead of prison. He was found guilty on all counts and requested death by torture, but was given, I thought that was funny, given 7 years to life for each of the 8. He was sentenced to the California Medical Facility in Vacaville, and that's where he met old Herbie.
Yep.
Chris, what was the deal with old Ed and Herbert Mullen?
Well, they were fucking kind of they weren't cellies, but they were next door to each other, cell to cell. And fucking, they didn't get along good at first.
No.
Because Herbie got pissed off at him because he got moved over a cell down where Herbie didn't get his own shower, where they put fucking Kemper. He got his own shower, so Mullen was all good. And everybody in the block was pissed off at him too because he just started singing songs and giving speeches about how TV's bad when all the inmates are trying to watch TV and shit. And so like Ed started fucking dealing with it. He's like throwing water on him fucking every time he's fucking being an asshole. He's being good. He just gives him some peanuts. He's like, all right, good boy. You train him
gives
like
him some penis.
Fucking
yeah, I did read that. He got off on, treating him like he was like a little kid, know.
Did you see the interview when he's talking about that?
Oh, yeah.
Though?
He's laughing it up, man. He's loving it. It is creepy, dude.
He got that one other inmate to fucking like look at the bars and make a grid of his cell. That way he was able to just hit him with the water every goddamn the fucking other inmate and just be like, I'm right here. That's where he's at.
I couldn't even imagine being an observer to that.
Yeah.
What a fucked up story to tell people, right?
Guards were even watching it, I guess.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they came down like, dude, you got fucking Herbert to fucking get in line. That's awesome, dude. So, yeah, I mean, fuck, Herbert's an idiot anyway, so.
Right. Now, I thought it was funny to read that Kemper had done many audiobooks while he was incarcerated. Very intelligent guy, good speaking voice. He was able to do that, which, hell, if you're locked up, I mean, give you something to do.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And he enjoyed doing that. And his story has found some, way into numerous places. We talked about Mine Hunters, but also Buffalo Bill's character in Silence of the Lambs was modeled in part after Ed Kemper. So he's definitely showed up in a few things. I know my character that I used for my story, The Eyes Have It, was partially, influenced by Kemper in the way that he looked at the medical files to fool the psychiatrist to get out. That's what my character did as well. So, Joey, a few bands have done songs about Kemper. Who are some of them that have done?
Lots of bands, but some of the more, I guess, memorable metal songs. Abomination Unseen by the band Devourment, Texas death metal. Macabre, of course. They've got Edmund Kemper Had a Terrible Temper.
Right.
The Berserker. The Berserker they did Forever, which is a dope ass song. System of a Down song Fortress, that's supposed to be about Ed Kemper.
Right.
There's a little bit of speculation. Church of Misery did California.
I saw that. Yeah, Church of Misery. Of course.
So, I mean, like I said, it made its way into mainstream music, books, film.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely he's made his mark in the true crime world for sure. He was eligible for parole quite a few times, but of course he's denied. Nobody's letting this fucking crazy bastard out. His last time was in 2017, and I read the next time he's eligible is 2024, but he's 72.
3 years, baby.
He's 72 now, and I'm not seeing him get out anytime soon. You guys agree or disagree with that?
He's probably looking at 2020 going like, I don't want no part of that.
Yeah, right? I'll wait till it's over.
I'm going to get some Kemper 2024 shirts, like political style.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Whoa, holy shit.
Dude, that'd be great. That'd be great. Anything to add to this conversation, guys, you want to throw in? Anything I missed?
I'm good, man.
Okay.
I had a few things I saw I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
One of them... And this might have been speculation because they even said, like, fucking don't hold this as fucking truth. But there was fucking talk about when Kemper was 8 years old, his 14-year-old sister, Susan, was said to have lured him into bed with her.
recall that.
Yeah, Kemper never said nothing about it in his own interviews or nothing, but that might have been not something he would talk about. But if that was the truth, then that's definitely something that, was fucked up and could have led to some of his fucking thoughts.
Sure.
Something else I was going to bring up was the fucking, I can't remember the investigator's name, Lundy. Whenever he was fucking interviewing Ed Kemper and he was like, oh, this guy's fine, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no worries with him. He's a really nice guy. Plus, you got this panic button right here, and the guards will come right in.
Right.
And fucking Kemper just looked at him, and he was just, like, fucking cool as ice, and he was just like, has it ever dawned on you that I'm a foot taller and weigh damn near twice what you do? And they said, and whenever the guard Lundy hit the panic button, it took the guards, like, 7 minutes to get in there.
Oh, my God.
And then, of course, FBI agent Robert Ressler, who's fucking, the top of the fucking line.
Right.
He had similar interactions where he was in, the interview room with fucking Kemper, and he hit the panic button and the guards weren't responding to it. And so Kemper's watching him and he's noticing his panic, and he fucking just he was like, if I went apeshit in here, you'd be in a lot of trouble, wouldn't you? I could screw your head off and place it on the table to greet the guards. That's what he fucking told Robert Ressler.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
And
I saw the female psychiatrist or what.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was I can't remember exactly what was on one of the documentaries she was talking about it. But he said something, and all of a sudden the guards came rushing in like, no, fuck you, dude.
They probably, because they had these situations already.
Wow.
Right.
That's fucked up.
And then the last thing I was going to bring up, and I just thought this was funny, but he said, one of his famous lines is, one side of me says I'd like to talk to her, date her. The other side said, I wonder how her head would look like on a stick, talking about women. And this was This was said in American Psycho by Patrick Bateman, Christian Bale.
Right.
Although it was wrongfully credited as Ed Gein said it.
Oh, nice.
Actually, Ed Kemper said it.
Yeah. That's funny. That's a big oops. Yeah, that's funny. Well, I did my research with a variety of sources. I mean, like you guys, I've known about Ed Kemper for an awfully long time. But, whenever you watch stuff as we lead up to doing these episodes, and just like you both, I'm sure, I find out little things I forgot. Oh, wow, I forgot he did that, And hearing you guys throwing in your stuff here, like we always say, you wind up learning a lot from doing these episodes together, because all three of us bring quite a bit of experience to the table. And it is funny when I listen to us referring to other serial killers and legitimately like drawing comparisons. I think, I know there's people that have had a lot more education and have all these degrees and stuff like that, but the three of us can definitely hold our own in a true crime conversation. So I think there's something to be said for that.
Even with one in Shawback Nation.
That's right. That's right.
Dude, real quick, did you guys see that interview segment when he's talking about he still has the glasses that he was wearing when he was picking the girls up?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, he puts on the glasses that he was wearing at the time. And he's like, would you get into the car with this? Dude, it's fucking, he's laughing about it, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
That's fucked up.
I just saw this pop up, but I guess Samuel Little, Golden State Killer, he just died at 80.
Oh, no way.
Oh, for real?
Damn. Might be a brutal rewind there. Brutal rewind.
Breaking news on the podcast.
There you go. Peter Vronsky's book, Serial Killers, The Method and Madness of Monsters, had some really good stuff about Kemper. Very well worth checking out always. Next week, though, guys, we're going to bring in the new year with one hell of a gruesome story. And as soon as I got this text from Tex, I had to put him on the list when he said, hey, have you all ever heard of the Texas eyeball killer? And I'm like, the Texas eyeball, is that a real thing? And he's like, yeah, Charles Albright. And I'd heard of Albright before, but I'd never heard of him called that.
Right.
And I'm like, that's such a cool name for a band. Wouldn't that be awesome? Texas eyeball killer would be awesome. So anyway, I love the name. I'm just like fascinated. And then when I watched the documentary, I was like, oh my God, like texting you guys like, this dude's fucked up. So, of course, Tex wants to do that one with us. So we're going to have Tex on. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's dope.
He's always a good dude,
Yeah.
and he's great. And so he suggested him. So we're going to have him on to talk about it. And it's definitely going to be a sick episode. The Texas Eyeball Killer. Go ahead and Google or YouTube that, and you will thank us later. It's fucked up. Well, we've done our fair share of murder tonight, guys. I hear that familiar music. CK ready to throw down some metal knowledge. So, Joey, what the fuck do we need to do?
Oh, let's get our fucking metal on.
Known the world over as the master of metal, the crusher of posers, and Murder Metal Mayhem's knower of all things metal, hailing from Wild Van Street in Danbury, Connecticut, standing at 6 feet of brutal, punishing madness, weighing in at 220 pounds of poser pulverization, the one, the only, toughest bastard on the planet, Chris C.K. Kovacs!
All right. We got the great metal motherfucker on Messenger, and we got Chris Shawback from Shawback Nation on Messenger. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Well, we're here in Horns High Studios, so we've got three different locations that we are doing Murder Metal Mayhem for tonight. This is the first. Of course, Chris is holed up at Shawback Nation because of the COVID situation, and hoping his test comes back negative and can resume his duties here at Horns High. But for now, it's working, doing the best we can. And we just did some Ed Kemper, CK, so a pretty disgusting individual for sure. But, that's the subject matter we just got done talking about. And, of course, we're here in the final episode of 2020. And I know you want to talk about some metal releases from the year and how you rank them.
Yeah, I thought it would be like an easy thing to do this year with the COVID and all that shit.
Yeah.
I actually had a harder time than any other than the last 2 or 3 years we did this.
There's so many of them, dude.
I really had a hard time with this. So what I did was I'm going to do my top 15. I'll talk about each one a little bit. Then I'm going to give a quick 5 quick mentions. Honorable mentions.
Okay.
But honestly, I could have done like a top 25 for the year.
Probably, and, dude. There's a lot of good ones, man.
So let's start it. My number 15th is Heathen, Empire of the Blind.
Fuck yeah.
Thrash band out of San Francisco. It's new. They haven't put out a new album in a couple years, and this one just kicks ass.
I agree, man. It's on my list.
Number 14, Warbringer. I know they never sent your shirt, but the album kicks ass. I'm sorry. Weapons of Tomorrow. This is like I think that's their 6th album, and these guys just seem to get better with each album. And this one definitely was easy to rank in my top 15, and it's just a killer album by a band out of California. Number 13, a friend of ours, Incinerate.
Nice.
I can't pronounce the name of the album. It's called Savagium. Or
Sacrilegium.
Yeah, I can't. So, but great death metal band out of your area. It's their 3rd album, I think. 4th album.
Yeah, Minnesota, man, killing it.
Yeah, 4th album. And this album just kills it. Number 12 was a surprise for me. I didn't think I would rate this band in the top 15 ever again. The New Raven, Rock City.
Okay.
Talk about a band that goes back to their roots, and a new wave of British heavy metal band that basically influenced probably any San Francisco Bay band that started in the 80s. Metallica, Testament, Megadeth, you name it. This band had an influence on all of them. Great album. They got a new drummer now. Still a 3-piece. Just a great album. Right. Another surprise was 11. I don't really like tribute albums that much, but the Zach Sabbath Vertigo.
Yeah, that's the stuff I've heard is amazing.
Phenomenal. And what I like about it is he kept it, I'd say 95% on point, but with 5% his style added to it. It's not available to stream, so if you want this, you actually have to go out and buy it physically, either CD or vinyl. Another surprise this year, number 9. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Number 10. It's not a surprise. The new Sodom, Genesis 21.
Fuck yeah, 19. It's Genesis 19.
Is it 19? I get the Roman numerals all fucked up.
Yeah, it's 19.
Another great album from this German band, part of the German 3, along with Destruction, Creator, and Sodom. Again, another great album. Check it out. Number 9 was a surprise. The new AC/DC, Power Up.
Yeah, I still haven't heard that yet. I've been busy. I haven't heard it.
Just listened to it today. I got the vinyl for Christmas. Threw that on the turntable today. Amazing album.
That's awesome.
When everything's all fucked up, maybe we just need a little AC/DC to simplify things in our life.
Right.
A live album at number 8, the new Creator Live Apocalyptic out of London.
Yeah.
They never disappoint live.
No.
I've seen them live enough times to where I know they probably didn't do any overdub. Probably rarely. They probably did, if any overdubs on this album. I guarantee it was pretty much 100% live.
Yeah. I can't tell which one of you that sound is coming from in the background. Does anybody know? There's like this weird noise intermittently coming. I don't know if either of you have control over who's making that noise, but
I set the train in the background.
Okay, I keep hearing it. I don't know which one of you it is though, so I don't know what it is. But it's just like this loud noise.
Yeah,
all right, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just kept hearing it.
Right.
It was driving me nuts.
Number 7, another Australian band. In Malice's wake, Blindness of Faith.
Nice.
These guys were turned to us by Harlot. We've been playing the shit out of them. I finally got the CD today, so I was able to listen to the actual CD and not through streaming service, and it kills.
Yeah,
I played it on my stereo.
Production is fucking righteous, man. Sounds so good.
With the new clip speakers I got, and it was shaking a fucking house.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. Ferocious.
Number 6, the third Australian band on this list.
Nice.
Harlot.
Oh yeah.
Duchess of the Final Age.
Amazing.
We've talked about this band pretty much nonstop since that came out.
Yeah, killer, man. We're turning so many people onto them. I've been every day I'm hearing people that say, "Oh man, I was checking out Harlot," and then today you sent me that text, CK, about Rob Ashby digging on In Malice's Wake, and I'm getting other people telling me the same thing, jamming the shit out of it. Chris said he's been jamming it over there at the Shawback Nation, huh, Chris?
Fucking right, we have been Malice's Wake it, yeah,
and Harlot.
Man,
yeah,
it's heavy as fuck.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Number 5, the legend himself, the icon, Ozzy, Ordinary Man.
Okay.
He did it with a different producer, a band he's ever worked with. He had Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers, and what's the bassist from Guns N' Roses? Duff McKagan.
Yeah.
And it kills. Number 4, this came out the beginning of the year. Testament, Titans of Creation.
Yeah.
They just continue to crush it as far as, albums coming out. They just get more brutal as they get older. I believe this was recorded right before they went out, and I think all of them had the coronavirus.
Oh, yeah. They got it when they were on tour over in Europe. Remember that?
One of the first ones to get it.
Yeah, that's true.
Number 3, another friend of the podcast who we interviewed, Onslaught, Generation Antichrist.
Fucking A, dude. Love that album.
Another great thrash album out of England. Nige Rocket, you did an interview with him. It was an awesome interview.
Thank you.
Great guy.
Yeah.
And if anybody heard it or haven't heard it, definitely get this album. Now, I think you guys probably could probably tell who's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Because I haven't mentioned them yet. Number 2, Armored Saint, Punch in the Sky. Who Armored Saint's been around going on 40 years, and
right.
This album kills it, and they still have the chops, 40 years later.
Yeah, that sound from beginning to end, man.
It's a killer album.
It is.
And of course, my number 1.
I knew it.
Fate's Warning, Long Day, Good Night.
Yeah.
There's a shocker. Not much more I could say about this band. This album was just a masterpiece. It's got no flaws, and every song it's no filler. Every song is great. The arrangements are great. The playing is great. The songwriting's great. Production's great. There's not much more I could say about that.
Yeah.
And for my 5 honorable mentions, I'll go through real quick. Blue Oyster Cult, Symbol Remains. Havoc. I forgot to get the name of the album. I can't remember it. But it's the new Havoc that came out this year.
Yeah, it's killer.
Bear Mace, who we interviewed this year.
Yeah.
Black Dahlia Verminous. And 6 Feet Under, Nightmares of the Decomposed.
Fuck yeah, man. Like you said, hard to whittle this fucking shit down.
Yeah, so
that's a good list.
And there was more that came out, but it's just so hard this year for some reason.
It is. Joey, what did you come up with for your top 5 on what you thought was your strongest 5?
I actually came up with 8 because I said fuck you guys. it was hard.
The Elite 8.
Yeah, the Elite 8. No, like you guys were saying, it was hard to whittle it down, and I'm not even going to necessarily say these were my 8 favorite albums of the year because I probably forgot some. And fucking, this is in no order, but these are 8 that I really liked this year. So number 8, I'm going to say was Benighted, Obscene, Repressed. I thought they came out with a really fucking heavy album this year. Number 7, Holy Cost, Flavors of Fetish, which is my buddies from Montreal on that porno grind shit that fucking just got released. My label helped put that out. Number 6, Incinerate, Sacrilegion, which was also on CK's list. Jesse's band, Sasha and them, so fucking good. Number 5, Putrid Pile, Revel in Lunacy. Putrid Pile's never put out an album that I haven't liked, and he put this out towards the beginning of the year, and it kind of sucked because he didn't really get to play shows for it and stuff, but fucking great album, though. Next one, number 4, Twitch of the Death Nerve, Resting Place for the Wrathful, which is some super badass brutal death metal. That was put out on Comatose Records.
Nice.
4th, Macabre Carnival of Killers.
Yeah,
fucking
I knew that'd
love
be on
that
your
album.
list.
Yeah, such a good one. Number
Yeah, I've got them in the bumper music, anticipating it would be in one of your lists.
Yeah. So I guess they were number 3. So my last 2 that I've listened to a ton this year, Evil Dead, United States of Anarchy.
That's a great album. And that one could have easily been on my list too, but there's just so many.
I thought, especially for not releasing an album, since like '89 or whatever, for them to come back, it was so fucking good.
Strong.
And I'm gonna say number 1, probably the album I've listened to the most this year is Mr. Bungle.
God,
that's another one too.
Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny. I mean,
killer,
that fucking album is
just
so
the title
amazing.
of that is worthy, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my
awesome.
8 right there.
Fucking
just the fact that was their demo when they were in high school.
Fucking right, dude.
Re-recorded,
right.
So
Yeah, Chris, what did you come up with for your top 5, dude?
Dude, honestly, pretty much they got named. That Mr. Bungle, definitely. The fucking goddamn Macabre. Fucking Carnival Killer's so fucking badass. I love that shit. Fucking the Putrid Pile, like that's been like basically everything I thought of, like
it's on Joey's list.
Got mentioned. So fucking hails to everyone for fucking having that. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. My top 5. I'm sorry. Go ahead, dude.
I was just gonna say that fucking Macabre though is so fucking awesome. I love it.
They got a great sense of humor with it, which is what you gotta love, Yeah.
Right. The fucking Joe Ball song is so fucking good.
Joe Ball is definitely worthy of a podcast sometime.
Sure. Yeah,
he's on the list. All right, my top 5. I picked Armored Saint, Punching the Sky as my number 5. Number 4, Benediction, Scriptures. Love that fucking album.
That's another one.
It's so fucking killer.
That was a great album. Yes.
Number 3 would be Harlot, Detritus of the New Age. CK, you mentioned. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like a cross between Slayer and Exodus and a little Creator. I mean, they absolutely nail it. That album is fucking amazing. And that's the thing. There's so many good ones you guys mentioned that I'm just like, God damn. Like, could you really say it's not in the top 5? But, you go in phases too. I know I'm kind of like that. I've been in a heavier phase lately. So number 3, again, Harlot. And then my number 2 and number 1 were definitely difficult. I would almost say they're a tie, but I gave it to one over the other only because of the fact that it was an independent band. But number 2, Onslaught, Generation Antichrist, absolutely incredible, great. Like you said, CK Nige is a fucking cool dude, did a really good interview. He was a lot of fun. And the band is amazing. They've been around for fucking ever. They just reinvent
40 years, I think. Yeah, going on.
New singer. He wasn't even like in a heavy band, and he came over. He was a fan, and he came into Onslaught, and Nige just said he destroyed it. Couldn't believe it, singing the older material. And so anyway, that's just awesome that a band, like you said, with Ozzy and some of these other ones, just been doing it for fucking ever. It's just so cool. But Onslaught, it put it at number 2. And my number 1 is In Malice's Wake, only because it was an independent release. The production is fucking amazing. I've been listening to it for the last 3 days in my car on CD, and it sounds fucking amazing. I mean, it's like if you were being thrown into the pit of hell, engulfed in fire, this would be the fucking soundtrack. That's why I thought it was perfect for the 666 Express.
Exactly.
Like I said, I played it today. Laura went out.
Yeah.
Nobody was home.
Yeah.
And I had the shit shaking. It was.
Oh yeah, it sounds amazing, man. It does. The packaging is nice. The lyrics are really good. That was another thing I really like about both Onslaught and In Malice's Wake were the lyrics. I really like good lyrics, which is one of the reasons Testament, I've kind of lost my luster with them for a variety of reasons. But one of the reasons is subject matter is a little tired. The futility of war songs are a little bit old. I like to hear some new things. And in Malice's wake, with the blindness of faith, it's all against the established, religions, organized religions, and the whole, the way they're very two-faced and people that follow it blindly. And they have a song on the album about the Jim Jones tragedy, saying a good example of that. People committing suicide by hundreds because of some fucking idiot telling them to. So that's what that album's about. It's very, very well done. The production's great, and like I said, because it's an indie release, they did it themselves. I give them chops and props for putting them in my personal #1 spot. Man, I love it. So
they need to get a label behind them because they could be huge.
Yeah, I agree, man. Now my honorable mentions, I did have a few. Fates Warning, Long Day Good Night. I got to say, CK, I love it. It's an amazing instrumental masterpiece. The only thing it misses for me is a couple more heavier songs like they've had on the last few, where they throw in a little bit more heaviness. And shorter, a couple of shorter songs like that I really like. I know it's their thing, understand. But there's a lot of long, very long instrumental parts, which as a musician has always been one of the things that I love about Fates. But I just wish there was just a little bit more of it. But it's still amazing. It's Fates Warning.
That's my love of prog. So.
Yeah. Now, another one nobody's mentioned, but I got to put him in my honorable, Skeleton Pit, Lust for Lynching. That album kicks fucking ass. I guarantee anybody listening, we had a listener, a female, that I posted about doing the interview coming up with Patrick from Skeleton Pit. She's like, I love fucking Skeleton Pit. I'm like, hell yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, those guys are great. They got only 2 albums. They're young, 3-piece from Germany, but fucking killer. They're on a small label, German label, I believe. Yeah. Sodom, Genesis 19, like you said, CK, it's great. And I also had, like you, Heathen Empire of the Blind. Fucking fantastic. Havoc's was good, too. But that's my list. And I know we've been going on about this, but it's worthy because, like we all said, I mean, there's so many good albums out there from 2020. As bad as a year it was for so many, the one good thing was we had so much good music to jam while we had more time home and not going out. So, anything else on the 2020 music that you guys wanted to mention while we're on the subject before we close out the year?
And that's it for me.
I'm good.
All right. Very cool. All right. Well, I'm going to crank up some tunes. I think you guys know what we're going to crank up, and we're going to talk about what's been in our fucking CD player or pod player here this week. So hang on a second. All right. Fucking 666. That means we're going to talk about what the hell we've been listening to. So, Chris Shawback over there in Shawback Nation, what's been dominating the fucking airwaves?
Absolutely nothing, dude. I've been stuck at home, so I just been sitting here. I wake up. I'm like, I'll do a couple things around the house, and then I'm like, right. I'm going to keep binge watching The Walking. I started watching The Walking Dead from the beginning. I'm like, all right, I'm almost done with it.
Oh, wow.
So, a lot of The Walking Dead because I'm bored and I have nothing else to do.
Right.
So then later in the evening, I might start drinking a couple beers. Like, dude, I'm actually proud of myself because, all these days off that I haven't had to go to work, I'm not waking up and starting to drink. I'm like, no, I'm going to wait till 5 o'clock at least.
Right.
And fucking roll with it. But yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of music lately, but when I do, it's just because I've been drinking. I'm just playing music.
Right. Well, that's cool. Joey, what about you, man? What have you been jamming lately?
I was jamming that Future Power, Revel Lunacy again, bringing up the top 10, or top 5, whatever. Brought that back, so I was listening to that again. also was cruising around listening to a lot of Grateful Dead, Working Man's Dead.
Okay.
Which I'm a big Grateful Dead fan, but that was like their biggest blues influence full album, studio album. So I listen to that quite a bit. And besides that, it's pretty much it. I've been doing the overnights, and my life's been so screwed off.
Yeah, man.
But
Christmas music.
Yeah, right. What about you, CK? What have you been listening to lately? I know you said you were listening to some AC/DC today.
Yeah, I had AC/DC on the turntable today. Then when I was going to the doctor, I actually had Lou 12 Flesh of the Week on.
Nice.
In the CD player.
Fucking A. Did it hold up?
Hell yeah. Still kicks ass. Testament, and been listening to a lot of like Clubs by Pal, a lot of Steely Dan.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Very interesting. I have been jamming a new band now. I've been hearing about all these new bands. We mentioned Harlot. I mentioned In Malice's Wake over and over again. When I was talking to Patrick from Skeleton Pit on Messenger, he mentioned a band he really liked called Angelus Apatrida. Now, when I saw that, I thought that was a person's name, like one of those like Yngwie Malmsteen type bands. Yeah, an Yngwie Malmsteen type thing. So I was like, all right, well, if this dude digs it, I like his music, so let me check it out. I was completely fucking floored. These dudes fucking kill it. From Spain, they're amazing. There is a few songs of theirs that are the singing is different than the usual, which is a heavier style vocal, but it's the same guy. So I mean, I definitely give it up for somebody that could do something different, but it's amazing. Very Testament-like to me. Really, really good. They've got a new album coming out in February. I can't wait, but there's a song. They've got a video for it, brand new. The name is escaping me at the moment, but if you go on YouTube, you can watch it. They're amazing. That new album, if it sounds anything like that song, is going to be easily in my top list for 2021 already. That's how strong I think these guys are. They're really, really good. Go check them out.
And another band, they're on Century Media, and we never heard of them.
Never even heard of these guys before. It blows my mind, and they're really good. So, and they've got several albums out, so they're fantastic. I know Sean from In Malice's Wake was all about them too. So, hey guys, we've been talking about the 666 Club. You're closing out 2020. You're saying goodbye to a rough year, getting ready for 2021. Joey, I don't know what more you'd want to do than join the 666 Club.
You got to do it, man.
I mean, $3 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that?
And you get the discounts on the merch. We got the new shirts coming out.
New
shirts,
stickers. New shirts coming.
For 3 cents a day, you could sponsor it.
Yeah, I mean, and it helps pay some bills here because this isn't free to do.
Yeah.
So we appreciate the help. The link is in the episode description, but you can go to patreon.com/Murder Metal Mayhem and join the 666 Club. You get discounts on merch, like you said, Joey, episodes a day early. You get the karaoke songs as soon as they're done. You get a schedule of all the topics coming each month.
You get some bomb-ass bonus episodes, like we did a full Dahmer, a full fucking
Ramirez, Screen Door Intruder. We did that, and you can't hear it. You can't hear it unless you are a member of the 666 Club. So, all right, well, we've done plenty of metal tonight. CK, what the fuck do we need to do, friend?
We got to get our Mayhem on.
Having trouble finding good, reliable daycare for your children? You know that they're the most important thing to you. Well, here at Lopez Tender Loving Daycare, we take a hands-on approach to your children like no other.
When my husband and I decided on Lopez Tender Loving Daycare, we wondered why there were only prepubescent girls there. Who wouldn't have questions about that?
Our seasoned staff of professionals will be there to help erase that worry when your children are in our care.
Our 11-year-old Melissa, she wouldn't go near a man for 2 years after that summer at Lopez. After a year of counseling, Melissa will finally leave the house without screaming, as long as we leave her blindfolded.
Let us take the kids off your hands. Call us today at 1-800-WE-KILL-KIDS or visit us online at WeSlayKids.com. Ask about our Pedro special if you have more than one daughter.
I would probably not recommend the yearbook they sell at the end of the year. It's a bit disturbing. Our 12-year-old daughter Cassidy was the centerfold with pasties on her nipples. Yeah, it was a bit much.
Lopez Tender Loving Daycare. Let us teach your daughters what stranger danger is all about.
Oh my God. That is comedic genius right there. I'm sorry.
So good.
I
should
should
go near the man for 2 years after that party.
I should be on a stage with you guys standing next to me accepting an award for that commercial. I'm sorry. You know, could you imagine them playing that?
Yeah.
You
oh
like
my
at the
God.
Academy Awards when you walk up on the stage and the music and that in the background. But the music with Cashman is just perfect, man. It sounds like a real commercial.
It does.
That's
No, it
what's
really
so funny
does.
about it. You know, and Stephanie did a great job.
Yeah.
It was so funny because she's reading these lines and me and Joey are like laughing and she's like all serious because she's like didn't want to fuck it up.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we're just like, just have fun with it, you know. And she's like, I don't know, I can't really have fun with this. You know, it was just funny because we do it so naturally. It's just like, what do you mean you can't do it? You know, and she killed it. She did great.
Yeah.
She did
Awesome.
great. All right, very cool. Well, we are in Mayhem tonight, guys, and we've had a hell of a episode here tonight with Ed Kemper as the main course, and then we did CK talking about his top releases, and that was awesome. And each of us gave our releases that we liked last year, or this year, I should say, 2020. You know, it was an amazing year for metal, that's for sure. But that Tender Loving Daycare commercial is just so goddamn funny. Before that, Scars by Fate's Warning. I knew, CK, when the lists were being made that you would have that as your number one. I anticipated
I don't
it.
think I was any fucking surprised.
No, I'm not. And like I said, I think if I was in a little more of a prog frame of mind, I might have put it higher up on my list. I did think it was fantastic, just not as much as I've liked the last two. So now I recorded my first episode of the Voice of Dread podcast over the weekend. Really weird. Really weird. Like you were saying, Chris, it's just strange. You're doing this, you know, from Shawback Nation, and you're seeing how CK feels, you know, doing the show. And right now we're having this audio issue where CK and Chris can't hear each other. So we're trying our best to make this work. He's saying he loves you, CK. So
Love you too, bro.
he said he loves you too, bro. So anyway, the Voice of Dread podcast was interesting. It goes about 30 minutes. You could hear it Monday, January 4th on voiceofdread.com or any podcast app. I have lined up quite a few guests that I'm going to have on this bi-weekly show. So if you are interested in my horror writing and the horror industry, we talk about, you know, the writing side of it, the films, the makeup, the special effects, all that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good.
You won't be disappointed. You're going to love it.
That's cool. I don't know, Chris, if you got to hear it. CK, you got to hear the episode, the first one. And you said that you liked it. Cool. It was weird, though, you know, just doing that by yourself. You know what I mean? So I was hoping I didn't sound stupid. You know, you just sound, you know, how you hear yourself back different than other people hear it. So
welcome to my everyday life.
But I used sound effects and stuff between the parts of the show instead of music like we do here on Murder Metal Mayhem. So trying to keep, obviously, myself, because I think I'm myself doing this. So I think it obviously is going to come across that way, but trying to mix it up a little bit, do things different. So there is a continuity, but there's definitely differences. Just like if you guys eventually go and do other stuff too. So, episode 2 is going to be brutal on the Saw movie franchise. That's going to be sick. Sean Ferrugia of In Malice's Wake is going to be in on that discussion. My wife Jenny is the one that insists that I watch all 8 of these in 2 days. And I think I'm fucked in the damn head after watching that shit for fucking 2 days.
God damn.
Very fucked up. I mean, I had seen a couple of them before. It's not really usually my thing, but I do appreciate that there is a cool storyline they've got going on, and I thought it was very interesting and very well done. So, and obviously a huge money-making machine, so you got to give it to them there.
There's some gruesome, gory, violent scenes, too.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to talk about that. Episode 2, so that'll be brutal. But the first one will be January 4th. That's the one I just did. That's about a half hour long. All right, so Seasons Beatings going on tonight, guys.
Before we get into Seasons Beatings, because being that it's Christmas time, it was funny. It was funny because after I watched the dog eat the deer carcass,
right?
I went over to my buddy's house in Forest, land of skiing.
Oh yeah.
And, but I fucking went over to my buddy Testy's house and fucking we're talking. And he's lived there his whole life, so he's product of the town. But I brought up Scola because I told him that we talked about Scola. I brought him up on the Mayhem for the thing.
Yeah.
And oh my God, he started telling me fucking some other stories that I'd forgotten and some things about Scola. And I fucking recorded him doing it. So I'm either going to have that segment to play a couple things he said.
Oh, that'd be great.
Or if he's around, I'm going to tell him to come in here and record it.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because it was fucking...
Sure.
Dude, I was dying. He started telling me this shit. I was like, hold on, stop. I got my phone out, and I was like, hold on, I got to record this because this Scola shit was too much. So if anybody remembers Jimmy Scola, No Mind, Bud Light, there might be a little bit of an update to that. So.
Oh, that'd be great.
So anyway, Seasons Beatings.
That's awesome. All right, so Seasons Beatings. We got one more week. One more of you will be eliminated. We got Jeff Gaither, the artist, is sponsoring it. So artofjeffgaither.com to check out his great website with prints you can order, other merch, bands. If you're looking for somebody to do a T-shirt design like he did for us, just absolutely killed it. They're going to be so amazing. I can't wait to get those in.
Yeah.
So Jeff is fantastic, completely professional. Yeah, great artist and very professional. Can totally handle the graphic side of it. Comes from a printing background, so he knows exactly what he's got to do. Takes all the fucking worry out of it. I'm serious. So anyway.
Do it for Big Daddy Roth, man.
Yeah, Jeff Gaither's a friggin' legend, that's for sure. Now, Joey, you are playing for which listener?
Mason from here in Bloomington, Illinois.
Fucking A. Very good. Local guy. And CK, who are you playing for tonight?
Josh from Noonan, Georgia.
Very cool. Very cool. So Mason and Josh going at it with you and CK fighting for them in the contest. So good luck to everybody. Me and Chris were eliminated, but we're rooting for, just a good match tonight.
On a good fight tonight.
Fuck yeah. See, Chris, anybody at the Nation got any money on this bet here? Are you running like a numbers game over there? Or can we talk about it on the podcast?
It's the numbers.
Wow. Tassel says he's got Mason 5-1. Is that it?
He said Tassel's got it. Nice.
So big thanks to Brian from Chicago and Matt from Georgia for playing, but you guys were eliminated with me and Chris in the first 2 rounds. So thanks to everybody. You guys are going to get
a good package.
Killer prizes. They're going to go out as soon as the shirts are in.
Hell yeah.
So the top two get shirts and other stuff. The other guys get, everybody's going to get some of those new stickers that are so killer, and other stuff, Roasting Posers DVD to every one of them, and I think a book, I can't recall now.
A whole box of used condoms.
A whole box. A cum rag. All right, so here's who we got fighting in the final matches tonight. Joey, who is that first match we got tonight?
We have the tag team of Robert Hansen and Corpse Grinder.
Nice.
Versus Old School, H.H. Holmes and Elvis Presley.
Nice. H.H. Holmes and Elvis Presley has surprised us so far.
I mean, that's fucking
awesome, man.
Seniority rules, man.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. And then CK, who's the other match we got tonight?
Joel Rifkin with King Diamond.
Nice.
Versus Otis Toole and Lita Ford.
Another weird combination there, right? But we all love the Joel Rifkin and King Diamond combination for sure.
I feel like Otis Toole and Lita Ford, no matter how you look at it, you're going to wake up with your asshole hurting.
100% the same way, dude.
Right. Now, after we crown the winner, we'll have some fun talking about the killer musician tag team that we would win this whole thing. Because once this is over, there's still going to be one match to go. So we'll kind of bat that around. All right. So, Chris, I'm thinking you're at Shawback Nation. I think we should use in respect of Shawback Nation, we should use the temperature right now at Shawback Nation. So
the temperature of Shawback Nation right now is 25 degrees.
25 degrees. So the way this works is if it's an odd number, the first team wins, and if it's an even number, the second team wins. So the odd number teams are Robert Hansen and Corpse Grinder winning that match against Elvis and H.H. Holmes, and then Joel Rifkin and King Diamond beat Otis Toole and Lita Ford. So now this is funny because I don't show you guys the math. No. I figure it out based on the lists and how we rank them, and I don't want this to be more confusing to the listeners than it already is. So we ranked the tag teams we thought were the most likely to win to the least likely, and I ranked that list, add the numbers up. The team with the lowest number, like golf, would win, okay? So the way this one works, it's the odd number team. So CK had 11 points. Joey had 12. So CK wins by 1 point. By 1 point. Now, if it would have been even, CK would have won again.
Yeah.
But this time, he would have beat you 17 and you would have had 31.
Right.
So it was funny. If it would have been even, it would have been a blowout. If it was odd, it was like neck and neck. So because CK wins, Josh from Noonan, Georgia, is our winner.
Way to go, Josh.
Of season's beatings.
I finally broke the number 2.
That's awesome.
Good fucking win, bro.
That's awesome.
Josh.
Very cool. So Josh will be in touch with you to get some information and also to schedule you to come on and be a co-host with us. So that'll be awesome. Have him on to talk some serial killer shit.
I'll try not to have COVID next time, bro.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. So hell yeah. And thanks to Mason from Bloomington,
hell yeah,
Brian from Chicago, and Matt from Georgia. You guys all four.
Everybody's a winner.
Everybody wins some shit here. But the number one gets the prize package plus the co-host spot on Murder Metal Mayhem. So that's going to be awesome. So thanks to everybody for that. And, of course, Jeff Gaither for sponsoring the season's beatings this year. So, again, artofjeffgaither.com. So, guys, we need to discuss this and figure out who really wins season's beatings. Is it Robert Hansen and Corpse Grinder, or is it Joel Rifkin and King Diamond? That's a pretty good matchup, man. Chris, what do you think, dude?
Rifkin was about just like, I'm just grabbing these. Dude, I really feel like King Diamond is out. There's a trio of murderers right there. You get Corpse Grinder, Hansen, and Rifkin together, they're just like, yeah, we're writing songs about this.
Right.
Fucking right.
Yeah, King Diamond is not like this big muscular dude, but Corpse Grinder's got a neck the size of like a fucking manhole. So
like
I mean,
fucking
moose.
Robert Hansen's got the
and he's
flame,
a big dude to begin with,
and he's got all the fucking area he needs. And then Rifkin's like, well, I'll just grab this hooker right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be a good matchup, but I would personally agree that I think Robert Hansen and Corpse Grinder would win. Joey, what do you think, man?
I mean, I'm going to go with you on that, too. Robert Hansen and Corpse Grinder, I think, would just physically fucking dominate in that situation. But to be honest, it is kind of a heavyweight, battle.
Yeah, it would be a good one. It would be a good one. I don't think it'd be a pushover, that's for sure. No. So, all right.
King John is going to use his skull mic stand. Or mic stand
his inverted cross mic stand.
Anyway, so it's cool.
Nice. All right, well, we'll go with that then. So, all right, well, that's cool. We've got our winner. We got Robert Hansen and Corpse Grinder as the winner of Season's Beatings. And, of course, our listener, Josh from Noonan, Georgia, you win it, and congratulations. So, all right, well, again, big thanks to Jeff Gaither for sponsoring that. And, guys, I think we've done plenty of fucking mayhem tonight, so let's hit that outro one more time in 2020.
Fuck you, 2020.
Some Chicago music there. Macabre.
Yeah, murder metal, baby.
Yeah, I had that in the bumper music because I knew either Chris Shawback or Joey Gormonger would have them in their on their list. So that's fucking cool. And it's an Illinois band. It is. All right, well, very good. Well, I think we had a good show. I think we had a really good year. Again, we appreciate all you guys listening, making it a good year. Bumper music tonight, Fate's Warning, Harlot, and Macabre. Our apologies again to Chris Worstrom, the winner of Hellcoming, who was supposed to co-host. But hey, we're glad that Chris, came forth and let us know he was exposed to COVID.
Chris. There's so many Chris's.
I know. I was like, holy shit. So we'll reschedule, Chris. We'll get that scheduled for you soon.
Fuck yeah.
CK, your intro music is by who?
Crysis.
Fuck yeah. And Chris Shawback, Murder Metal Mayhem, intro music by?
Motherfucking low 12, bitches.
Joey 666 music, of course, provided by.
Oh, that's fucking Onslaught. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we mentioned them tonight, man. Killer album this year, that's for sure. Go support artist Jeff Gaither, the sponsor of Season's Beatings, by going to artofjeffgaither.com. As you mentioned, great website. You can get some prints. He's got those on the way to us. So I think the winner of it's the top winner. So Josh will get one of the prints from Jeff Gaither. That'll be killer. So again, if you're in a band, you need some artwork, go to him, check him out. Prices are good, and he's very, very professional, very prompt, and a good person to deal with. Yeah, spectacular. Also, our main sponsor of the show, spellboundeffectsandart.com. Artists like Tony Campagna, another great one. He's got an amazing online catalog as well. If you dig the gory stuff, like a foot or
did you see that fucking
dead baby's head?
Did you see that fucking Hellraiser pinhead?
That's awesome.
It was like a fucking wall hanging, and it's just like half the face.
Oh wow,
it's fucking sweet as shit.
Tony made it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'll have to check that out. I love Pinhead.
Hey, and I just want to mention something real quick.
Yeah.
Everyone support our own Joey Gormonger. Support his label, FDA Records. Fuck the ass records.
Oh yeah.
He's got some great stuff. Give him a shout out if you want anything.
Yeah, I always link to Gormonger in the episode notes, cool. The description. So go check those out, and you can link right to Joey's Facebook page.
And if you're interested in my shit, I put out a new CD in 2020. Also, The Road Not Taken. You can go listen to that online.
Yeah. Fuck yeah,
or buy the physical copy.
Or buy it. Yep.
Right. All right. Well, we've got some amazing listeners. Again, we appreciate all you guys. We're getting a huge influx of listeners from Australia, so that's fucking cool. Love the dudes from Harlot and In Malice's Wake and all their fans that are checking us out now because we've been playing the shit out of those two bands. Love them both. So all you guys that are new to the show, we really appreciate it. Also, Germany showing up in the top countries listening. So hell yeah to the European fans. Germany and the other countries that are checking it out. So thank you very, very much. All right, Chris, the first reader comment there.
We got Sunny Kills Share 88. All right, I like it.
We've heard from them.
Yeah, I think that's a repeat. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. So fucking thanks for listening. Thanks for keeping complimenting. But says I'm a listener from Quebec. Love this fucking podcast. A girl I dated from work was into you guys. She dumped me, but don't give a fuck. I got Murder Metal Mayhem. I want you to be your new bitch. Awesome. Thanks for listening, brother. Thanks for keeping up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think that was funny. All right, Joey, what's the next one?
Sammy Calder 233 commented, your Boston Strangler episode was easily the best one I've heard so far. I'm fascinated by DeSalvo, and if he really did it or not, you guys put in the work, and I appreciate it. We appreciate you.
That's a nice compliment, man. Yeah. Thanks, Sammy. That's fucking cool. All right, CK, what about that third one?
Tabitha Johnstone said, CK, how does he find all the energy to get ready for the show? LO, I love you guys. It's kind of easy when you're working with these three guys. I'm not gonna lie. I had a shitty day today. With Payne, and when I do this, I want to make sure I can give the best possible show I can, and I turn off any pain, turn off any negative thing, and I want to give you guys 100% of what I got, and make sure I keep the energy up. And like I said, when I'm talking with these three guys, it's so easy because, the laughing and the stories and everything, it's a natural thing, and that's, we're not faking it. It's a real thing.
Right. That's cool, dude. I mean, I know that, with all you're going through, this is definitely, I know there's been some times we've done this where you've been in quite a bit of pain, and I know the distraction is nice though as well.
Yeah,
so I'm glad, to be able to give that to you, and that is very, very fucking cool. So Tabitha, that's how CK does it. He's just got fucking nuts of fucking steel. So
thank you, Tabitha. I appreciate it.
Yeah. David Slade Goliath commented, I've been listening to you guys since your early days. The podcast keeps getting better and better. Thanks for making 2020 a little easier to deal with. Horns. Fuck yeah, David. Appreciate that.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, if this is,
we appreciate that.
Right, gives you a couple hours of just silliness. You can laugh along with us and listen to our antics as we go through these topics we do. So thank you very much. Don't forget to check out murdermetalmayhem.com to listen to all the past episodes. You can go to social media like Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or subscribe to us on YouTube.
And get that 666 club going.
You know it, man. For $3 a month, patreon.com/murdermetalmayhem. Also, you could check us out on Amazon Music, Spotify, Stitcher, CastBox, iTunes, and more. I actually use the Alexa deal that we have, and I was like, Alexa, play Murder Metal Mayhem podcast, and it played.
Are you fucking goddamn sponsoring Alexa right now?
No, I'm just saying it was the coolest thing. I'm like, wow, that's fucking cool as hell, man. So it's just neat. So leave us comments though when you listen in those places, because that helps us, rise up in their ranking system and makes us more available to other people. So we appreciate that. You can also go to PeteAltieri.com if you want to pick up one of my books. I've been very busy writing. I'm trying to get done with Creation of Chaos 3. My newest one, Digger, just went to you, CK. I know you've been busy and been in hand.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Dealing with it, but you read the beginning part of it, I know, and you said that you liked it so far. So That's awesome. We can't let them go, though, without hearing a karaoke song. I did this one with Ed Kemper in mind. You know, I thought about the mother thing with Kemper, and I thought this was just the perfect one to do. So crank it the fuck up, and until next time, keep one foot in the gutter.
And keep your cock in your mother's decapitated head.
Immuration, man. Immuration.
Oh, my bad.
Fuck 2020.
Yeah, really. Fuck 2020.
Fuck 2020.
Fuck 2020.
It's a consensus.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother, mother, can you keep them in the dark for life? Can you hide them from the waning world? Oh, mother, mother, gonna take your daughter out tonight. Gonna show her my world. Oh, Father, not about to see your light, but if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Till you're bleeding, not about to see your light, and if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's. Mother, tell your children not to hold my hand. Tell your children not to understand. Oh, mother, father, do you wanna bang heads with me? Do you wanna feel everything? Oh, father, not about to see your light, but if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Till you're bleeding, not about to see your light, and if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's. Yeah! About to see your light, but if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Till you're bleeding, not about to see your light, and if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Fuck yeah!
Mother, man.